So I want to speak about post-normal science, and I have two cases here, climate and epidemiology, even though I will speak mostly about climate. And I am located in Hamburg, and I also have something to do in China. And this work was done together with a gentleman who is smoking a cigar here, who worked for 2 decades of years with me. Dennis Bray, he's a sociologist by training, and he bravely survived 20 years of professional life among natural scientists. We did quite a bit of surveying among international samples of climate scientists, and with that we came across the post-normality of climate science, and I will define it in a second. So I will try to summarize the various ideas of the significance of post-normal conditions which climate finds itself in. And if we now look at epidemiology in the last days or weeks, we can see that it seems also to be to operate under these post-normal conditions. We had other cases before, the mad cow disease. We had nuclear energy, race theories, and genetics, Lysenkoism. Now the social expectations of science. When scientists speak to the public, and this is something what climate scientists do quite a bit, then scientific statements are expected which are associated with an authority based on objectivity. And the society presumes that something like Merton's norms, the kudos, are employed. This is only so to a limited extent, so communalism, the common ownership of scientific discoveries, or I learned that maybe I should not say that word, according to which scientists give up intellectual property rights in exchange for recognition and esteem. Then universalism, according to which claims to truth, whatever truth is, are evaluated in terms of universal and impersonal criteria and not on the basis of race, class, gender, religion, or nationality. Disinterestedness. Scientists, when presenting their work publicly, should do so with only prejudice and personal values and do so in an impersonal manner. And finally, the OS, organized skepticism. All ideas must be tested and subject to rigorous structured community scrutiny. And finally, some scientists work under post-normal conditions. It's a concept by Funtovich and Roberts. In climate science is one, and epidemiology is another one. Now, what is this post-normal science? So it was introduced by Sylvia and Jerry in 1986. And it describes a science when facts are uncertain, values in dispute, stakes high, and decisions urgent. In this state, science is not only done for the reasons of curiosity, but is asked for a support for preconceived value-based agendas. And this applies to climate science. And let me just go through these 4 points. The facts uncertain. This means that, for instance, the sensitivity of global mean temperature to doubling of CO2 concentration is unclear. I mean, it's something between 1.5 or 2 degrees, and some people say 11. Values in dispute. Do we cement the world according to our present preferences, or do we accept a generationally dynamical development? Namely, that our grandchildren possibly want to have a different world than we want to have it. Stakes are high. So the costs for reorganizing the global energy market and future damages, this is costly. And decisions are urgent. To be efficient, the reorganization, for instance, of the traffic must begin now. The characteristic of post-normal conditions is science is de-scientized and politicized, while policy is depoliticized and scientized. So they move towards each other. Policy decisions are framed as being without alternative. Scientific knowledge claims are presented as leading to unique solutions which need to be implemented without further democratic influence on the substance. And some scientists act as policy activists while exploiting the public authority as scientists. A component is also that different knowledge claims emerge, among them alternative facts. Now, why is post-normality significant? The situation is not bad. that's not the right word, but its consequences need recognition. One, for the societal utility of science for advising societal decision processes. This utility is strongly diminished because of it is not cold, distant knowledge with diverse but limited foci, but camouflaged value-driven agendas. It's also important for the internal function of the social process of science. It is less the methodical rigor and openness of the scientist, which is relevant for recognition, for acceptance of theories and explanations, and for research programs and funding, but consistency with value-driven worldviews, media presence, and political weight. A cure could be to openly limit the scientific expertise to its methodically sound core. I would call that a kind of re-scientizing, and to re-establish openly value-based democratic decision processes so that the decision is not taken because the science says so, think of Fridays for Future, but because it is the result of a political process of, I don't have the word right now. And that's it.